Ethiopia is one of the most interesting African countries with a great potential to achieve very high income and army quality in early game. This guide will show you how to dominate the whole Eastern Africa, do not fall behind in the technologies and ideas, and get ready to destroy both the Mamluks and the Ottomans for the prestigious achievement. Before we move to the expansion, you need to set up your country to do so. For the rivals there's not much of a choice, just pick whatever you can. The E-state setup is pretty standard. It means you are going to pick +1 power point from each of the states. You can see that you need to def your province once to do so. Your starting ruler is going to create tons of power points, but you need to get rid of this error and try getting something better, while at the same time you'll be taking care of the rebels, which will be piece of cake. After a month tick, you'll be able to increase your stability to 1, then with 0 crown land you can still say the titles and seize your land. Thanks to this, you just maximize the amount of the power points and money that you have in the early game, while still keeping a nice crown land, because with 5 crown land your autonomy is not going to increase because Ethiopia is starting as an empire. From the estates you can take the cheaper advisors and hire them. Over here you should prioritize the inflation advisor, the spy network advisor, and morale or discipline advisor. And our first focus on the power points is going to be admin. But this of course will depend on what kind of the ideas we'll want to take, but in our case we'll need the admin. As for the Coptic religion, it is actually not the strongest one of the game, but it still has really decent bonuses. What I would personally suggest you to focus on is the core creation cost, then the missionary, the discipline, manpower and legitimacy. How to get those bonuses? Well, you need to conquer the holy sites. One of them starts in your country, so it's easy. Second one is on the border with Mamluks, and then the rest of them is pretty much on the north and northeast of your country. Your early game expansion is going to be focused on 3 things. First of all, you need to get the gold mines. That's why you're going to rush Kaffa as fast as possible for yourself, while for the other provinces around you, you should more or less feed your vassals with those provinces, because you're going to save as many admin points as possible. Second focus on top of the gold mines are going to be holy sites. That's why you need to rush north to conquer the province that is bordering the Mamluks, and you'll be also having to convert it to get the bonus from the holy site. Third focus in early expansion is just to conquer the provinces east. Over here you need to mostly feed the provinces and the vassals, while also keeping some of your own provinces to be able to make claims on the other countries. The institution might seem to be a problem, but keep in mind that in 1454 you can start annexing your vassal and get the second gold mine. With 2 gold mines you can hire great advisors, which together with your cat tier ruler will generate tons of the power points. And that's why you are going to easily develop the institution only with your Diplo and mill points. Where you can spawn the institution depends on you, but I could suggest Kaffa as a gold mine. This is going to be a huge risk of depleting, but still you have to develop this institution, and there are no really other provinces that are going to give you much bonuses. And that's why you should also build a fort in the same province when you develop the institution, so probably in Kaffa, so the enemies will not siege it down and destroy your prosperity. This is because your first idea group is going to be religious. There is not so many Coptic provinces around, so to help you convert everything quickly, to consolidate your lands, and most importantly, once you finish religious ideas, you are going to get the Holy War Casus Belli, which is just 3 Casus Belli on everyone that you are bordering, because there are just no other Coptic nations. At the moment you consolidate your region, you should be close to become a great power, or even be a great power. You should have finished religious ideas, and because of the new overpowered innovativeness mechanics, you should also have tons of the innovativeness, because none of the AIs will finish these ideas before you, so it should be over 20 of it. So at this point, you have to only focus on expansion down south, because over there are 5 different gold mines waiting for you to grab. and these nations are not going to be even close to be as strong as you. At the same time, you should also start annexing the big subject and maybe create just one more towards the south without the gold mines to maximize your mana generation and mana spending, but it shouldn't be a big subject. Like in my case, it was just a small Mogadishu. Keep in mind that as you have tons of the money and you might not have much of a manpower, just do not hesitate to use a free company or even other mercs, because you have more than needed for them. As for the allies, we practically do not need any of them, but once you consolidate most of your home region, you can try improving relations with QQ, because most importantly, it will also be a rival of the Mamluks. You should also definitely focus on getting Tech 7 as fast as possible, because this is going to unlock you a second idea group. And here it also depends on your goals, because you could go for a diplomatic or influence to focus on the subjects, but personally I recommend you to go a military idea, and in this case I went quantity. It seems like a meta because it's tons of manpower and force limit, but remember that quantity ideas with religious ideas are giving you a policy for 10% morale of armies, which is going to be a super nice boost in future wars with the Mamluks and the Ottomans. One of your bigger questions would be probably, what about the inflation with all of those gold mines? Well, first of all, you need to remember to also take care of other sources of income, and that's why you should be decreasing the autonomy in your provinces and move your trade node to Zanzibar once you'll be having a major trade power over there, because in this case you'll be able to transfer trade from Ethiopian and Gulavadan nodes towards it. And you know, the more income associated to the gold you have, the less inflation is increasing. But of course it's not going to solve the whole problem. Before 1500 you should think about decreasing the inflation manually with your admin points, but it should not be a problem with your mana generation from high level advisors. Keep in mind that when you'll be getting the gold mines in the south, that you first of all you have to change the religion, and you should also accept the culture. And with those two, you'll be earning way more money from those gold mines, and you can develop them as much as you can. So around 1500, you should be having a very decent income, probably one of the biggest in game compared to AIs. Your mana generation is crazy, your army is gigantic with quantity ideas and super strong policy together with religious ideas, and you're just ready to go after any major power that you would like to. First step is of course the Mamluks. If you manage to get any ally that is his enemy like QQ, that should be even easier, and once you destroy them in the war, you should take a snake towards Alexandria, which is another holy site. But at the same time, try to not bother go too much, like in my case, because it might bleed your eyes. You can see that Ethiopia has a gigantic potential, and for the next steps that you'll have to do here is to win one more war with the Mamluks, get a border with the Ottomans, and there will be just the next step to destroy. And if you're among the army quality and money, it should definitely not be a big problem. So guys, for today, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this guide, remember to leave a like, and if you get 2000 likes, I'm going to post another opening moves guide. And if you'd like to decide what kind of the openings move guide we are going to post, just leave in comment with the explanation why I should explain decided country. Thanks for all your engagement, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.